Hello everyone, welcome to Star English. I'm your host, Stephen Revere. 세상에는 참 다양한 예술 장르가 있죠. 책, 영화, TV, 미술 등 우리를 즐겁게 하는 예술 작품들이 참 많아요. 여러분은 혹시 이것을 보면서 너무 쉽게 비판하지 않았습니까? 너무 시시해, 너무 못 만들었다. 이렇게 말할 때가 있죠. Criticism is easy, art is difficult. 비평하는 것은 쉽지만 예술은 어렵죠? Please, ladies and gentlemen, don't criticize. It's very difficult to create art, but it's very easy to criticize. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have another artist here for you today. Let's get started on Star English. And now it's time for a little trivia. 지금은 누구나 음악을 MP3에 녹음한 디지털 파일로 듣죠. 하지만 옛날에는 45 스테레오 레코드가 있었습니다. 이것을 도넛 레코드라고 했어요. 네, 먹는 도넛하고 스펠링이 같다고요? That's right. It's spelled just like a regular donut. Why? Because it looked like a donut. The donut record looked like a donut, so they started calling them donut records. 비교해보면 현대 음악이 참 많이 변했는데요. 오늘은 지난 시간에 이어서 가장 최신 장르 음악인 힙합 뮤지션 다시 모셨습니다. DJ Shine, let's say hi. 도무지 종잡을 수가 없다. It's going down, down. 어려운 문제 여자의 마음. 그러고 보니 갈 때잖아. 도무지 종잡을 수가 없다. It's going down, down. 모두가 완벽한 플랜이었는데 태도가 왜 그런데 10번은 찍어도 멀쩡한 나무가 하필 내가 도대체 왜 난 지금 그래 시대로 내 Okay.
Hey, Steve.
DJ Shine.
How are you?
Good to see you again.
Thanks for having me on.
I hear I can also call you Mark.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my real name, Mark.
Your real name. What's your Mark what?
Mark Yim. Y-I-M.
Yim?
Yeah.
We had such a good time having a chat last week.
No, thank you.
And now I'm excited to hear about, now we're starting on your new life.
That's right.
After your first trip to Korea. Grandma gives you a present.
Yep.
Was Grandma living in Korea back then?
No, she wasn't. She just, I guess she knew, you know.
She was living in America.
Yeah, right.
And she said, Mark,
go to Korea.
I want you to go take a trip to Korea, so I'm going to buy you a trip to Korea.
That's right. She actually says, she doesn't call me Mark, she calls me Makuya.
Makuya.
She goes, Makuya. But,
Maku.
I got mad love.
한국에 가.
Right. I got mad love for my grandma, you know. She knew that I needed to be jump-started somehow, and I think Korea was my stepping stone, you know.
Yeah.
It basically fueled me to lead me to my destination, you know. And we were talking last week about arriving to Korea and, you know, just feeling all this patriotism and pride, and it was just a great feeling.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, it was also, I was discriminated again. Because I couldn't speak the language properly.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, you know, while I'm in this learning process, I'm still getting heat because I couldn't speak the language properly. Yeah. They were looking at me in funny ways.
Right.
You know, not everyone. I think for me, what I've experienced and what I've learned is I think that we're still trying to understand how to get along with each other, you know.
Who's we?
All of us. You know, all
Everybody,
of us as a nation, you know. I
think so Koreans and
just everyone else in the world.
Korean Americans.
Just people in general. That's where the cultural barrier comes in and certain learning processes. We can call each other 형, 동생 and have this great connection and you know, just be really connected. But yet at the same time, all of a sudden we could be certain enemies. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Because of one little disagreement or
right.
something that you don't understand about. So I look at a lot of my peoples, I look at a lot of the peoples out there where we're still getting, you know, still trying to find each other out, still trying to learn off each other. Right. What I noticed is a lot of, you know, our peoples are shy. They're very shy. They don't know how to express themselves sometimes, you know. And when they're not expressing themselves properly, you know, they tend to keep it inside themselves. And I think that's not healthy at all. I think that, you know, it's very common to say hello to somebody you don't know in America, you know? But in Korea, it's kind of like, oh, why is he saying hello to me? Or why is she saying hi to me? You know, it's just, you know, there's no pun intended. You know, 그런 뭐, you know, 위험한 거는 하나도 없고요. You know, it's just, basically, it's just a show of affection, you know, affectionness of, you know, greeting. Right?
Yeah. And we consider that just being friendly.
Right.
But yeah, for Koreans, that's very strange, isn't it?
But I think it's getting a lot better now.
Yeah.
You know, but back then it was still a little rough, you know.
Yeah.
It was very rough. I was considered an outsider.
Yeah.
You know, they looked at me like as if they were ashamed, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing in our country kind of thing.
Right.
And I was like, yo, you're my brother, what's up? You know? And I didn't take that too lightly though. And I wasn't one of those guys who's like, oh, okay, well, let me, you know, let me be by myself. I said, you know what? I've been fighting my whole life for Korean people, for Asian people in the streets of New York City, you know? Being proud that I was Korean, you know, born with slanty eyes, you know. And
use that phrase.
Yeah. And I was, you know, my whole life I was fighting for my peoples. And then I come back to my country and I was discriminated. So I felt very, you know, very angerful. You know, I was very angry.
Right.
And so I didn't take that lightly. And when people were, you know, said something about that, I would make sure that I would let them know that I don't take that. You know, and you don't know who I am.
What kinds of reactions were you getting at this time? It was like, you know, what's wrong with you? You're English, your Korean's bad, or something like this. These sort of things.
그때는 이제
or you're not really Korean, that sort of thing.
그런 거죠, right? 본인은 진짜 한국 사람 아니다. 뭐 이런 식으로 말하는 거죠. You know, that's what they were saying to me, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" You know, my blood's Korean, my face is Korean, we're Korean. You know? Something that was very angry. And it was, you know, and it escalated into bigger problems. I think that...
So what do you consider yourself? I mean, this is an interesting question for you. Are you Korean? Are you American? Or is it percentages? What do you think?
There's no such thing
both?
there's no such thing as percentage. You know, I'm Korean. That's the bottom line.
Okay.
You know, that's where I come from. But yet at the same time, you know, I understand the American